Today's show, we're taking a look from McFarlane Toys, DC Multiverse, the Penguin from Arkham City, collect and build a figure, Solomon Grundy. Stay tuned. All right, guys, welcome back to R.P.Animations. Welcome back. I'm your host, Red, and I am happy to jump in and review the next figure from the Arkham City collection from McFarlane Toys. So before we begin, guys, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I've been posting there some action figure photography, maybe some movie news and things like that. If not, don't like Instagram, follow me on Twitter. It's my preferred social media. But I will tell you one thing, guys. I'm liking the fact that I've been posting lately on the YouTube communities because I feel like it's a one-stop shop where I can do a short, a video, and post just like in Twitter or Instagram. So with that said, guys, let's just jump in, take a look at that. Before we begin, guys, let's begin doing some little housekeeping. McFarlane, as usual, not needed, but thankfully, gratefully accepted. However, would have traded this for some hands on there. We're going to go ahead and jump in with the Build-A-Figure, the face of Grundy. There he is. Let's, I'm liking my iPhone 14. It's just amazing. So there it is. You guys can see here. Look at the sculpt and the details. Now, guys, I'm not going to lie to you. I do watch other people's videos, and I do that to learn, to understand what other people are doing in reviews. So, and I saw the Build-A-Figure, and I'm actually not impressed with McFarlane. Once again, he could have made this a mega figure just as big as the Violator. Just like I said about Omega Spawn, he could have made that bigger. And yeah, this figure is going to be good, big. But I've seen some of you posting your DC Collectibles Grundy, and that's a huge figure. And McFarlane, forget about all that plastic. People are willing to pay a little bit more if you can just deliver the goods. So again, guys, here's the figure. Here's the head. Let's take that out of the way. I want to show you in comparison, guys. This is the jacket because it's not a vest. It's more like a cutoff jacket. It looks like a, business suit jacket or some kind of jacket from the era. And just the fine details, man, when you're touching it, it feels like a worn out material. It feels like, like a tweed coat, I think, if I'm saying it. And not to mention the weathering, the cutoff. So it's going to be fun when we put this guy together. I did see videos where people are talking about that there is a contrast in some of the skin tone. So when I do the Build-A-Figure, I'll probably do a follow-up video, like a small little blog, and maybe together on that video, I might go live or I'll just film it, just having a conversation while I do a simple black wash on him. So let's get that out of the way. Last but not least, the trading card, which to me has the source material. I would have preferred the toy photography because that's how you learn on it. And if you guys want, take a moment to pause and read. All right, let's jump in. Now, guys, hear me out. I don't always have to like everything. So before you start getting huffy and puffy on my video and start giving me a thumbs down or whatever the case, I don't have to like everything. And I really don't like this character. This character doesn't do it for me. Never has. I don't even like the Batman Returns. I don't like campiness. I don't like stupidity. But in the video game, one of the reasons that caught my attention is that in the video game, this character, and even in the animation, he's a bit dark and not so campy, eating a penguin or fish or whatever he eats. They made him grotesque. They made him worn out, tired, but a mob boss. And that's something that I like. And that's something that was brought by Matt Reeves to give it that realism. So let me bring the figure in. Now there's something on his neck, and I thought it was maybe something from the production, but I saw other videos and had it there. So if you guys can tell me what that is or remind me. Shane McFarlane, the top hat doesn't come off. Let's take a look at his face. Let me just, man, I'm liking this, loving it. How the new phone is just, see that thing on his neck? I don't know if it's a chain. I don't know what it is. But in any case, take a look at that. Look at the coat. And it feels really good. Feels almost like a material. The texturing of the coat being almost leather. Now, I did put the accessory in his hand already, so I didn't talk about that in my housekeeping, only because I wanted to stretch out the fingers a little bit. It was a little bit rough to get the hand. Plus, it would look suitable more for the video on it. But look at the face. Nasty grinning teeth. Now, this is more appropriate versus the Aquaman that had that open gate. This, at least, he's grinning. He's always grinning and in a bad mood. So I kind of like that. I mean, look at that one glove hand, or wrap that he's got on the hand on there. And he's got the stubby little feet. So obviously, compared to when you build Grundy, this guy's going to be a short figure compared to Batman and things like that. But like I said before, not one of my favorite villains. Doesn't do it for me. Yeah, he's more of a behind the desk. What I will say is that when I took this guy out of the box, it left me puzzled if when I start filming my Flashpoint stop motion storyline, and we all know that in Flashpoint, Oz is actually Oswald is actually Thomas Wayne's good friend, and he's kind of like taking the role of Alfred to take care of him and his finances and the casino. So with that said, I kind of like that the roles have been reversed to that. Sorry, I'm adjusting a little bit of tripod for you guys, so bear with me here. So I kind of like the fact that Oz stepped in and is kind of like his secretary or keeper of his casinos. So I'm up in arms because now that I'm looking at this figure, matching what the canon looks like and how Oz looks on the Flashpoint novel or the graphic novel versus my idea of using the Colin Farrell to give it more light, because it does show there's a height comparison. But again, I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do with that series when I start filming it or start making it. But definitely not one of my favorites, but there's something about the details that I like about this. There's something about the umbrella. It definitely, I like it. I like the figure as much as I've never liked it before. I like the whole aesthetics of it. Man, this looks really, really good. So with that said, guys, I know that I've been rambling on, but it's just to share with you. Let's jump into the articulation. We can see on the monitor that the head does go up and down. So we do get the head to go down like that. So this is a very good way to animate this figure. You won't be able to get too much because of the hat, but that's okay. As far as the arm, surprisingly, I don't think there is a butterfly joint in there. I don't see it in there, but you do get a lot of mobility. You do get a bicep swivel, as you can see here. Surprisingly enough, you do get a double joint. What I love, and you guys know that, let me bring it here because I did articulate it a little bit before, is that McFarlane brought the sleeve all the way over here to the hand. So you do get that in there, but there's not much you can do with that hand because it's an open palm on there. So, this is the only hand you can put the umbrella on. Overall, there's no restriction with the coat, and I think McFarlane has been realizing that those characters that have coats on them, sorry, I'm off screen, have been hinging or infringing into the action. You're not going to get anything. You can't get the coat off. There is a waist, but that's it. His stomach only does that much. We do see the stubby legs from the last on Oswald from the Matt Reeves movie, the Batman. So this is as much as you're going to get from that. those stubby legs. And last but not least, this is as much movement you're going to get on the legs. But overall, if you're filming the character from the waist up to interact, because you're not going to have Osborn running around. He can't even run. I think he always limps. Um, I, I think overall it's a character where he's more of a dialogue guy uh, versus a figure who is doing action on the scene. So you're not really going to see it. He's more of a commanding guy. So I think that this guy's going to bring presence to your animation or to your figure. So with that said, guys, let me know your thoughts on this figure. Obviously, if you're going to collect it, it's because you need it, because you got to build Grundy if you want Grundy in your film. But overall, guys, I think it's a great figure. It looks fantastic. I think it's going to look fantastic in your shelf compared if you've never been able to collect the DC version of it, which is extremely expensive. I always take a look to see what these idiot scalpers are asking for. And I saw it at $220 by now because I think it's something people want in their collection. So jump on this. This was only 20 bucks. You get an extra figure out of it. So with that said, guys, let me know your thoughts on this figure. Is this something you're going to collect? And, let me know your thoughts on him, if you like him more or the Matt Reeves version of it. And if you like today's video, hit the like button, hit the notification so when I upload, you'll be notified. And last but not least, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Helps me grow with you. And with that said, guys, I also want to say that by the time you're watching this video, you probably already saw, which I'm full of excitement, that the Nolan Wave is coming out for the spring from McFarlane, and that the pre-orders are going up on February 16th. So you guys know I'm going to be there watching and monitoring my phone so I can start getting my figures on that. So I think that's going to be huge for McFarlane. I think a lot of people are going to love that. So with that said, guys, I have nothing else for this review other than love this figure because of the whole Arkham City. Love the character. I like how dark it wasn't a campy character. And with that said, me and Osborn, we are done with the review. So we are